Tevon Elliott. I'm a multimedia artist and co-owner of Tevik clothing. So it all started for me kind of when I was in middle school. I play a lot of video games. I was a big video game nerd. And I remember I was playing a specific one where I unlocked concept art. It was Ratchet and Clank. I unlocked concept art, which is like the drawings and the sketches that were used to create the game. And it just struck a chord with me where it was just like, damn, I never knew somebody could actually like do this as a profession. So I knew I wanted to do something creative. I didn't know if it was gonna necessarily be with video games or what medium, but I did know I wanted to do something creative from that point on. So probably around middle school, and it was, yeah, unlocking concept art in video games. That's where it all started for me. Final Fantasy, I think, was some of my favorite because when it originally came out in the 80s, the concept artists used traditional mediums to create their pieces. So I couldn't say his first name, but Amano, very popular concept artist. He used to do a lot of his pieces in watercolor. So, and to me, they're very timeless works, and people still try to emulate that style at this point, 40 almost, or 30, 40 years later. So definitely anything produced by Square Enix, their production team and their artists always inspires me. Their use of watercolor and just sketch-like strokes, I definitely love them. I would say personality-wise, I'll probably say either Sonic the Hedgehog or Bugs Bunny. And the reason why is because, like, for the most part, I'm kind of laid back, I'm chilling, and I feel like even if like the world is crashing down around me, I got big teeth, so I'm gonna still smile throughout it all, and I'll find some way to finesse through it or make it happen, or I guess fake save the world. So I think those two characters probably describe me the best. A big part of it is trying to simplify everything. Being a multimedia artist, I've worked on a variety of different mediums. So I draw, paint, sketch, watercolor, acrylic. I work with oils. I like to sculpt. I like to make dioramas and create stuff out of scratch. But I think sometimes just having weekly or monthly goals is a way to simplify everything, because sometimes it's easy to jump around like, wait, now I need to edit. And, you know, I edit in Photoshop, Premiere, Illustrator, anything Adobe, you know, it's easy to kind of get overwhelmed. Like, wait, I gotta take this picture, then edit this video, then clip up here, then draw here. And sometimes you just gotta make the main thing and keep it simple, stupid. So I think just having weekly and monthly goals, not just the daily, but the weekly and monthly goals, will kind of help you focus on what creative powers you got to activate. So I think that's how you do it. It's all in planning. My first humbling moment was definitely going to college in California. I was pretty half decent in high school. You know, for the most part, people knew me in high school either as, yo, he play a lot of video games, or yo, he's super creative and know how to draw. I was in like an AP graphic design class. They made the class just specifically for me. So technically I was like the only yo in the class. So, you know, I kind of felt like, all right, I'm half decent. You know, I got my little $500 scholarship. You know what I mean? I'm ready to do the damn thing. So I went to CCBC, hated it, felt like it was 13th grade. Especially as an artist. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to school in Cali. You know, they're one of the only places that has concept art as a major. I'm gonna finesse my way, say I'm gonna be a graphic designer and do the switcheroo. So I did that, got into school. And when I went to Cali, yo, it was just like going from like college to the NFL, and it's just like, oh, these kids different. Like, I never knew there was such thing as an art high school where like that was the emphasis of the high school. So like these kids coming up in here, like painting masterpieces, know how to draw mad crazy, you know what I mean, super wealthy families. And I'm like, damn, like, and they're younger than me because I spent a year in CCBC. So that was like when I realized like, oh, I can't really draw at all. So I kind of did what I know how to do best, which is like try to outwork everybody. So I know like if I went to class and homework assignment was 20 pieces, I'm gonna give you 60. And I kind of tried to, because I just felt like I had to play catch up. But also Cali was super expensive. So, you know, took my ass back home to Baltimore. And then, but it taught me, you know, it's levels. And, you know, you got to really draw and paint. You got to really put in the time and effort. And I think the other thing with going to college that was as humbling was just, you know, it's mad expensive. It's mad expensive going to art schools because they tend to be private schools. They also tend, your classes tend to be 4 to 6 hours long. And I'll never forget this girl, I forgot her name, but she was just like, you know, we got this 4-hour class and the professor talks for like 30 minutes and we drawing and painting the other 3.5 hours. She was like, I can just do this at home. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I can kind of just do this at home. So when I came back home to Baltimore, I just went in and grinded and just tried to outwork everybody. So that was my humbling experience. Was going to college in California. I have a love-hate relationship with academics, not even love-hate. I like them, but I know a lot of people don't, and I don't blame people for not liking them. Like, it's valid if you don't. I used to just like that. I used to watch his stuff way back in 2015 and thought he had like some valid points in the music I used to listen to at the time. So one thing I used to do was this, sketch or draw or paint celebrities and like tweet at them or send it to them on the gram or what have you. So I had done a stippled illustration of Ak and I had sent it to him like, yo, fellow Jamaican, I see you doing your thing. You always dropping videos. When he used to have Everyday Struggle with him and Joe Budden, you know, they would, you know, tweet or whatever. So, you know, one of the random times I just painted Ak and I took a picture. I used to always paint him. Or I paint him and Joe Budden. I used to always tweet them all the time. And them niggas never retweeted. So one random day on a picture where I took them, where it was like I did a different random picture of Ak and it happened to be next to Pac I don't know, I was just painting them too. There was no correlation. You know, I just tweeted them randomly and that was the one they ended up featuring in the show. I didn't even know. My mans hit me up like, yo, you know your shit on Ak, I see you. I said, or on Complex. I said, what? And I looked, I was like, oh shit, I seen Nadeska showing the joint off. So it was just one of those, yo, you tweet out somebody random and they actually like looked at it. So that's how that happened. So it was cool, it was definitely cool. Yeah, so it's Tevik, and very simple. My name is Tevon. My best friend and business partner, his name is Malik. Our names together, Tevik. How it kind of came to be, he's more of like the fashion guru more than I was. And, you know, he hit me up like, yo, you know, we should make like a clothing brand. So long story short, I was bluffing. And, you know, I didn't really want to do it because a lot of people ask me to do clothing brands and I didn't think people would take it seriously enough, you know. A lot of times, you know, you get to the logo stage and then niggas fall off. But, you know, I would see like, you do be putting pieces together and people kind of do know him for like his fashion sense. Let me see what he's talking about. So we had done like a little project together where we made like a Bernie Mac rap tee. We never released it, but we made it and it came out tough. I was like, oh, okay, we may got something here. And we kind of spent the first couple of years just creating designs where we literally created like hundreds of designs. So we have a bunch in the backlog. And then we started just releasing shirts slowly but surely and actually just really learning the ins and outs of the business and really understanding not only the creativity side, but the logistics of running a clothing brand. So that's kind of how it started. I think, you know, not only just with creativity or just like the arts, but just in general, it's super important to, you know, stay inspired, stay looking at everything. I would imagine if I was a rapper, I would imagine you constantly listen to music. So I know for me, I'm always looking up whatever inspires me. I have a list of websites I go to that I can look for artwork, graphic design, videos. There's a bunch of YouTube content creators, people on TikTok, people on the gram that like just inspire me. And I always try to find new ones. I want to do a YouTube channel. But this channel, I'm gonna treat it as my own network because there's different shows that I would like to be able to create. I don't wanna do just one. There's a couple and I've been making them and keeping them in the tuck. I've been releasing little tidbits of like what I've been doing on the gram. I wanna be able to make money on YouTube with some videos, and then on other videos, I kinda wanted to just have it be a personal project where I can curse and say nigga and be demonetized and don't have to worry about it. So those are definitely some cool projects that I'm gonna be definitely working on, and that will transpire in 2025. So definitely stay tuned.